I am so sorry. I was so excited. I had such a good picture here. Hey, Chief, this is Chief Melvin Proctor of the City of Kings Mountain, North Carolina. He has been the police chief here for over
12 years.
12 years now. And we've been doing his communication for the city here over 20 years. They've been a big Motorola customer, and we just wanted to ask him and thank him for taking some time today to talk to us about why Kenwood versus the Motorola that he used to have.
Of course, start with, in comparison to everything, we're looking at the 800 system and looked at the cost associated with the 800 system and saw the deep, dark hole that came with trying to integrate into Viper and 800. Then the state's 800 system is basically an antiquated system. The technology there is going to be, kind of dead in the water, 2017, 2018. So if you didn't go into some of the newer system that was out here, then you were associated with the state having to reboot and revamp technology that was already old to start with. So I couldn't see the money with that. The millions of dollars it's going to cost to go 800. Couldn't see that either. Talked with other municipalities who had installed 800s, and 5, 6, 7 years later, it's going to be millions of dollars to upfit this system again because of the technology change. The 800s that we had here, that were the mobile units, are getting ready to be changed back out. So there's another cost. Again. Oh. So there's another cost associated, $3,000-$4,000 per radio.
Oh my goodness.
So you got the whole county now, that's taxpayers' money, having to go back out. Spend all this money again, they just spent all these millions of dollars to buy radios that should have lasted, 12 to 15 years, and they're not going to do it. And so I wasn't a Kenwood person, as you well know. I was a Motorola person. And that was based on Kenwood technology of years ago. Motorola had been a pretty solid radio for us. And so we saw the change of things going about between the new Kenwood system, the Next Edge system that's come out, and the Motorola system that's come out. It got my attention. And so we looked at that, the cost associated. There was a huge, dramatic difference in cost of going Motorola versus Next Edge. And so that piqued our interest. And as you well know, from there I wanted to talk with someone that had installed the Kenwood system. For us was the Next Edge, and see what somebody actually had done and what they had to say.
What during the bidding process, how did that go with Motorola versus the Kenwood reps and so forth? Was that pretty smooth? Was that a pretty smooth operation?
The bidding process was smooth. I mean, it got competitive, as you well know, between Motorola and Kenwood. But the process with Kenwood and everybody was smooth.
Right.
It was smooth. It just got competitive. You could see the tension coming across Motorola from they knew they had competition, and they're not used to having competition.
That's true. That's true. How about the coverage with the Kenwood Next Edge? How do you feel the coverage?
It's been an amazing journey, transitioning from what we were used to and losing coverage here or there with what the systems we had, going to a system where, in theory and on paper, you saw this coverage you were going to have, but until you turned one on and ran around to see where we're at, because we're in hills and valleys, we've got a lot of terrain that's not conducive for a lot of radio technology out there because of the interference with the waves, and no higher than we went up to test the system and saw the coverage we got, it didn't make a difference. It didn't mess with the Next Edge system like it did the conventional radios that we had. So we tried it. We tried the Motorola system also, and there was no comparison to me. No comparison.
The quality is much better.
Clear.
By the way, they have a single site 7-channel system with about 150 mobile units, GPS, and a 2-position console. Do you feel that you made a good investment?
Oh, absolutely, no doubt. And the reason why is because, one, I know this radio will be here long after I'm gone. I know the system will carry itself long after I'm gone, and those who are after me long after we're gone, without all the money that would be required if we went 800 to keep the system up and going. This is the most superior system that's out here currently running. Sophisticated, and there's so much still to it that there are a lot of things we can still turn on. But as you know, I told you, let's get used to what we got, and then we can turn on other things we're moving forward. But the vastness of the system is unreal. But the one thing, if you remember, that sold me was when we all went, Motorola was with us, and we went to Lexington, Kentucky, and we talked with them about the system because they went to NextEdge. And the one question was asked in that room, and you never hear this. When you turn your system on, how many glitches did you have? And they said, none. And I remember the hustle and bustle with the Motorola people. They said, none, we got a problem.
And this was Louisville, Kentucky. The school system had
Yes.
1,500 buses, and we believe it had a 14 channels, single site. It covered up to 110 miles.
And no glitches. And we've had the same thing here. We turned the system on and it operated. It operated. And it's clear. And you either got a signal and you don't. And the nice thing about this system is it'll let you know if something's wrong. Outside in the car, on the walkie-talkie, or on that console. If something's wrong with anything, it'll alarm you and let you know and tell you what's wrong. And then you can fix it. I call you, I call your people, and they go over the internet, and 99% of the time they'll have to come to site and they can fix it within 5-10 minutes.
Chief, thank you for taking time to talk to us today. I appreciate your help. Thank you, sir.